Hi friends, today we are going to see a new form in literature. We call it as Digital Humanities in literature. What is Digital Humanities? Combines literature and technology. This is an interdisciplinary field that combines literary studies with digital technologies to enhance research, analysis and presentation of literature. It uses computational tools, digitalization and data visualization to study text in innovative ways. Here we have some of the key aspects of digital humanities in literature. We call it as digital text analysis, digitalization of literary works, hypertext and interactive fiction, big data in literature, visualization of literary data. This helps in analyzing and preserving texts. It also provides new ways to explore themes. It enhances accessibility to the readers. Next we have evolution of digital humanities. This began in the year 1940s with text analysis. In the early stages we have humanities computing and development of text encoding initiatives. With the rise of internet and digital archives in the year 1990s to 2000s, now at present AI and machine learning and big data in the year 2010 to the present. This expanded with the digital libraries in the year 1990s. AI and machine learning now assist research. This continues growing with the new technology like ChatGPT, virtual reality and augmented reality. Next, we have the importance of digital humanities in literature. This enables large-scale text analysis, preserves rare manuscripts. It also provides insights into the themes and styles. It makes the literature globally accessible. This helps in advanced literary analysis, interactive and multimodal storytelling with the collaboration across disciplines. It also helps with the digitalized and preserved archives. We call it as rare manuscripts. It also helps with hypertext fiction and interactive storytelling. This changes how narratives unfold. It also helps in providing VR and AR, that is virtual and augmented reality, as an immersive literary experiences. Digital tools for literature, we call it as text mining. This helps in finding the word patterns. Next we have data visualization. This helps in creating the graphs. For creating graphs we have a specific tools and AI and machine learning. This helps in analyzing the themes. Digital archives for stories and historical texts. It also helps with the digital archives and repositories like Project Gutenberg, Google Books and Hitachi Trust, the Shakespeare Digital Archive. And for literary mapping and visualization, we have Google Earth and GIS, word clouds and network graphs. For text analysis tools, we have two, which is a Pinant one. And this plays a vital role in the field of literature, that is Winant tools and stylometry tools. Next, coming to the digital libraries and archives. Digital libraries and archives provide global access to literary work. This helps in preserving the historical text for future generations. Major digital archives, we have Gutenberg, as we have seen in the earlier, and Google Books, British Library Online and Internet Archive. The benefits of digital libraries: this helps in the preservation of literary heritage, open access to research materials, and it also helps in the interdisciplinary use for the scholars across different fields. It provides free access to classic literature. This plays a main storehouse for books, manuscripts and researchers who works under, and it is easy access as they can use it as an online. Studying writing styles with technology, we call it a stylometry and authorship attribution. The study of linguistic patterns such as word choice, sentence structure and rhythm, we call it as stylometry. Next we have AI based models like ChatGPT and software which helps in detecting, and we have other tools, we call it as Java graphical attribution and Vinan tools. Next we have Ducioscope. Linguistic pattern can be analyzed using this. This helps in identifying anonymous or pseudonymous authors, analyzing historical changes in literary styles, comparing different authors and genres across the centuries. This also finds a unique writing patterns. This confirms Shakespeare's collaborations, helps to identify the multiple authors who have collaborated and worked together. Next we have, this also helps in analyzing emotions in literature. This detects emotions in text. It helps to understand the reader's reactions. Also used for sentimental analysis. For example, joy versus sadness in Jane Austen's novel The Pride and Prejudice. How sentiment analysis works as NLP, natural language processing, emotion mapping. Next we have linguistic inquiry and word count, Valence aware dictionary and intimate reasoner. This tracking emotional acts in novels, analyzing character development through emotions. This also helps in identifying the themes and tone shifts in the literary works. Coming to the next slide, we have mapping relationships with the stories. Literary works often contain complex character interactions. This helps with the character networks, which helps in visualizing interactions in the novel. Gephi, this creates an interactive network graphs. Cytoscape, this visualizes connections between the characters. Graph Commons tracks social networks and stories. Other examples in the literary studies like Shakespeare's plays, Victorian novels, and modern fiction, mapping relationships with Hamlet and Othello, character dynamics in Jane Eyre, and Harry Potter or Game of Thrones for examining interactions. This also helps in understanding relationships and conflicts. This shows social structures in literature. The difference between the distant and close reading, as we have studied earlier as intensive and extensive reading. Here the close reading is an in-depth study of a particular book. Distant reading is analyzing many books using AI. This finds large-scale literary trends. For example, the studying themes in 19th century novels as a whole comes under the distant reading. The advantages helps to provide both techniques as a comprehensive literary research. Digital storytelling and interactive books. Technology has transformed storytelling with the interactive and immersive narratives. By using the multimedial text such as text, images, videos, sounds, and animations, this enables non-linear storytelling where readers choose their own paths. Hypertext fiction and interactive novels. Hypertext fiction allows different endings. For example, Patchwork Girl by Shelley Jackson. This enhances the reader's engagement. Other forms of digital storytelling, as we all know, as ebooks, audiobooks, hypertext fiction, virtual reality storytelling. This expands literary creativity through digital media. AI in literature analysis, AI summarizes books and finds the themes. It also predicts writing trends, the way of style, how it is written, and how it can be summarized using a particular theme, and how the question asked by the readers. AI generated poetry and stories exist with particular themes. It also raises originality and creativity debates among the society. Coming to the ethical concerns in AI literature, questions about originality and creativity was arised. Bias in AI models influencing literary analysis. The future of AI, human collaboration in writing, is expecting to be analyzed. Visualizing literary data. This counts word clouds highlight the keywords. Graphs show theme frequency. This detects patterns in text. Heat maps identify the important sections. For example, this can be enhance the study of literature by transforming textual information into graphs, charts, and networks. Some of the tools for the literary data visualization: Wine tools, Google Viewer, Gephi, Tableau, which visualizes complex data sets from literature, which maps character interactions and other sentiment shifts and theme development. Computers in literary criticism. This AI finds themes, symbols, and patterns. It also detects gender bias in writing, finds hidden connection between one book to the other book. This was analyzed using Virginia Woolf's style of writing in literature. Social media and literature. Social media has changed literature, which is a written, shared, and discussed medium. Writers use social media for storytelling, such as Twitter, Instagram. They also use to discuss books and trends, such as Goodreads, Book Talk, etc. New literary forms emerge in the field, such we call it as interactive fiction, crowd-scored novels, and popular social media platforms, Reddit and Facebook groups. This also encourages the real-time feedback and reader engagement. It promotes self-publishing and direct author-reader interactions. This also raises concerns about digital reading habits and short attention spans. Authors use social media for engagement and for academic purpose. Digital platforms shape modern literature in future. Teaching literature with digital tools. Online courses enhance interactive learning and it encourages the student engagement and access to global literary archives. And the digital tools which helps for the journals, for the researcher, we call it as Google Scholar and GSTOR, ebooks and audiobooks, which improves the accessibility with the AI chatbots. Next, we have challenges in digital humanities. Despite its advantages, digital humanities faces several challenges in integrating technology with literature. Technical limitations. The data was overloaded. Too much information can obscure the analysis. Accessibility issues, learning curve and digitalization gaps. Resistance from traditional literary scholars. Some texts are not digitalized. Digital tools may miss deeper meanings in the text. AI-based analysis is debated. Funding and technology constraint exists. So, whether AI-generated literature is real literature is the question arised all over. The future of digital humanities. AI will advance literary studies. Virtual reality may create immersive reading experiences. More digitalized books can be brought in the global access. Preserving endangered languages digitally. Then bias in AI models affecting literary analysis. Enhanced literary pattern recognition with neural networks and sentiment and stylistic analysis of the novels is also found out. Next we have case study, mapping literary networks. Mapping literary relationship helps analyze connection between authors, themes and historical influences. What is literary network mapping? A digital method that visually represents relationships in literature used to study influences between authors, characters and themes. This reveals hidden connections in literary history. This shows mapping how Shakespeare influenced later writers. This helps in comparing with the contemporary playwrights, visualizing character interactions with the plays. Tools used such as Gephi, Palladio, Cytoscope, etc. This shows idea flow across time and space, helps understand the literary evolution with the works. We call it as literary works. As example, Republic of Letters. This shows the contrast and the comparison between the 17th and 18th century thinkers. Next we have case study, AI studying Shakespeare. AI compares Shakespeare to other authors and it assists literary scholars in research. It also identifies the unique words and phrases used by Shakespeare. This confirms shared authorship with some other works. Digital Humanities in World Literature compares book across cultures. This digital humanities is transforming how we study global literature across cultures and languages. This helps in studying translational changes. For example, War and Peace, the text we have in multiple translations. This makes global literature more accessible. Digital exhibits for literature. Digital exhibits bring literature to life by creating interactive experience for readers and researchers. Libraries creates online exhibits, virtual tours of literary history, walkover of author archives, interactive storytelling through multimedia elements. The benefits of digital exhibits were it helps in the increased accessibility to rare literary materials, helps in engaging learning experience for the students, preserving fragile and historical documents digitally. The perfect example here we have one such as British Library's historical texts online. This brings rare manuscripts to wider audiences. The role of big data in literature analysis, it helps in processing large book collections quickly and easily. It also identifies the trends and themes and styles, etc. It also helps in studying historical changes in literature. Example, war themes across the centuries with the work of several authors in literature. Gamification of literary studies. Gamification applies game-like elements to literature studies, making learning more interactive and engaging. Digital tools turn literature learning into games. In a simplified manner, we call it as learning literature through games, where we are giving points, badges and rewards in reading and analysis. It also helps in interactive storytelling to encourage participation. This makes literature study feel like an adventure or challenge. Online quizzes enhance reading engagement and make them very closer to the particular content or the text. Virtual reality can bring novels to life. Example, walking through Hamlet's castle in VR. Role of chatbots in literature learning. Chatbots can serve as virtual literary guides, help students interact with text in new ways. This helps in literature learning, providing personalized reading recommendations, stimulating conversations with fictional characters. This answers literary questions, help analyze themes and characters interactively. Example, Shakespeare bot for text analysis. It helps in analyzing the text from starting to the ending. This makes studying literature very engaging. Other chatbots are character bots, AI literature tutor, etc. AI generated literature can machines write stories. AI can write poetry and stories. Rises creativity versus automation. In this is the major debates. Generates GPT-4 generates poetry. Can AI return books by literature? Yes, this is the question where machines can be replaced or humans can be replaced. So this is the debate. So AI can produce text quickly and effectively. This helps generate creative writing prompts. It assists in editing and refining stories. This lacks human emotions and lived experiences. Often formally can lacks originality. This cannot interpret themes and symbols like human authors. Final reflections and future prospects. Digital humanities continues expanding. AI, VR, and big data revolutionize studies in all the areas, not only in literature. It was expanding in every areas. Ethical concerns remain a challenge. Future research will unlock deeper literary insights. Originality and creativity concerns with AI generated text. Coming to the final thoughts, digital humanities is transforming literature studies. Technology makes research faster and interactive, and even more, it helps us in engaging. Digital tools provide new literary insights. Future technology or teaching will enhance literary research. With the continuation, I have given the quiz questions. Thank you.